What the World Cup will look like in 2026 with 48 teams. The 2022 World Cup draws to a close this weekend, marking the end of an era for the tournament before it rolls into the United States, Mexico and Canada in 4 years' time. 32 teams drawn into 8 groups of 4 nations feeding into the knockout rounds, first featured at France '98. The current format, which sees 7 editions. 48 teams take part in the World Cup, 45 qualifying nations plus the 3 host countries. In 2026, it means the natural format of 32 teams in 8 groups with the top 2 teams going through to create the perfect 16-team knockout bracket is over. There are going to be more teams, more games, more kickoff times and a longer tournament. The World Cup has lasted around 32 days throughout the current format. But it will have to be at least 35 days if FIFA expands to a mammoth 104-game tournament from the 64 it is now. 2026 World Cup work, who will qualify and what could it look like? Why are there more nations at the 2026 World Cup? This is the largest expansion the World Cup has seen. It started out with between 13 and 16 nations in 1930, 1934, 1938 and 1950. 16 teams until it was increased to 24 for Mexico '86, and then 32 for France '98. The move from 32 to 48 teams is a 50% increase, and will make it difficult for any one country to host the event because of the venues and infrastructure required. $1 billion more income and $640 million additional profit. Increasing the size of teams which can participate will increase the investment in football development to make sure that the teams can qualify. Who gets the extra places at the 2026 World Cup? Asia 8. Africa 9. 6 North, Central America and Caribbean. Europe 16. 6 South America. Oceania 1. United States, Mexico and Canada will be included within the 6 places allocated to North, Central America and Caribbean. 2 places up for grabs through intercontinental playoffs to complete the 48. There will still be a total of 6 teams, 1 from each of the 5 confederations apart from Europe, plus an additional 1 from CONCACAF as host confederation, will take part. Who would qualify for a 48-team World Cup? Let's take the 2022 World Cup and expand it to 48 teams. For the purposes of this illustration, additional qualification places have been handed to the next best nations in the qualifying competition for each confederation. In a networking relationship, the teams in bold are the additional 16. Africa: Algeria, Cameroon, DR Congo, Egypt, Mali, Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal, Ghana, Tunisia. Asia: Australia, Iran, Iraq, Japan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, UAE. North, Central America and Caribbean, Canada, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Mexico, Panama, United States. Europe: Belgium, Croatia, Denmark, England, France, Germany, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Serbia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Poland, Portugal, Ukraine, Wales. Oceania: New Zealand. South America: Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay. 2 best FIFA-ranked teams eligible for the intercontinental playoffs are given the last places.